Have you ever felt trapped in your own mind, unable to escape the endless cycle of negative thinking? You try to control your thoughts, replace the bad with the good, but somehow the negativity always finds its way back. What if I told you that the real solution isn't in thinking differently, but in going beyond thought itself? Most people spend their entire lives stuck in their minds, unaware of the key that could set them free. And if you don't understand this, you may never break the cycle, but today, that changes. Every thought is a ripple in the vast ocean of consciousness. Like a stone cast into still waters, it sends waves that shape reality in ways unseen. Positive thoughts act as gentle currents, guiding the soul toward well-being and harmony. They uplift the spirit, dissolving the shadows of doubt and fear, allowing the energy flow to move freely through the mind and body. Yet thoughts are not neutral. They either build or destroy. Negative thinking is a storm that stirs the waters, creating disharmony and clouding the vision of what is possible. It traps the mind in cycles of scarcity and suffering, distorting reality through the lens of limitation. Unchecked, it becomes a silent architect of misfortune, sculpting a life of obstacles instead of opportunities. But what if one could master this force? What if thought itself was the key to liberation? The alchemy of awareness begins with a single realization. What is focused upon expands. The one who understands this steps into the sacred art of transformation. And yet there is something even deeper than just controlling thoughts, a secret waiting to be unveiled. A single negative thought is like a crack in a mirror. It distorts the reflection of reality. What starts as a whisper of doubt soon multiplies, taking root in the subconscious and shaping the world through a lens of limitation. The energy flow becomes stagnant, and disharmony seeps into the mind, the body, and even the circumstances that unfold. The unaware remain trapped, mistaking their thoughts for truth. This silent sabotage manifests in countless ways: exhaustion without cause, a heaviness in the chest, an unexplained series of misfortunes. The universe is not punishing, but mirroring. Every thought is a frequency, attracting experiences that resonate with its vibration. Negative thinking does not just create discomfort, it alters the very fabric of one's existence, crafting a reality where struggle becomes the norm. Yet there is an exit, an opening beyond the cycle of mental viruses. To recognize the weight of one's own thoughts is to take the first step toward liberation. Have you ever felt lost, disconnected from who you really are? I created 3 transformative ebooks to help you reconnect with your true essence. Click on the link in the pinned comment and begin your transformation now. But how does one break free from this invisible prison? There is a path, one so simple that it is often overlooked. Not all thoughts deserve attention. The mind is a vast sky where clouds of all kinds drift by, some light and radiant, others heavy with storm. But within this endless movement, positive thoughts shine like the North Star, offering quiet but unmistakable direction. They are not just fleeting moments of joy. They are signs, guiding the soul toward transformation and fulfillment. Unlike the tangled maze of negative thinking, positive thoughts do not demand control. They do not grip or consume. They simply point the way. A feeling of ease, a quiet knowing, a sudden inspiration. These are not coincidences, but messages. The mind, when in harmony, becomes a channel through which clarity flows effortlessly, illuminating the next step on the path. But there is something even more profound than merely following positive thoughts. True liberation does not come from chasing one side of the mind's duality, but from stepping beyond it entirely. What lies beyond thought itself? The answer to this mystery is closer than one might think. There is a space beyond the mind's endless chatter, a stillness untouched by the rise and fall of thoughts. Here, awareness awakens, silent, vast, and infinite. Presence is not about controlling the mind, but about witnessing it, untouched by its stories. True liberation is not in thinking positively or avoiding negativity, but in realizing that thoughts themselves are not the self. Many seek happiness through the mind, trying to rearrange thoughts like pieces of a puzzle. But the puzzle is endless. The moment one piece fits, another shifts. Peace is not found in the thinking mind, but in stepping outside it. To rest in presence is to enter a state where energy flows without resistance, where consciousness is no longer caught in the web of illusion. But if one is not their thoughts, then what are they? This question is the key to awakening. The answer does not come through thinking, it emerges through direct experience. And yet, before one can step fully into this realization, there is something else that must be uncovered: the hidden forces that influence thought itself. Not all thoughts originate from within. Some are like silent intruders, whispers that seep into the mind, shaping beliefs, reactions, and emotions without awareness. These are mental viruses, thought patterns absorbed from the world, inherited from past conditioning, or implanted by fear. Left unchecked, they distort perception, creating an illusion of limitation and separation. Mental viruses operate in subtle ways, through unconscious repetition, through societal programming, through emotional wounds left unresolved. They spread in moments of doubt, reinforcing old narratives of scarcity, unworthiness, or fear. Like a fog, they blur the connection to presence, keeping the soul entangled in cycles of reaction instead of conscious creation. But awareness dissolves the illusion. To recognize these thought patterns is to strip them of their power. The moment one sees them for what they are, fragments of the past, echoes of external influences, their grip weakens. And as the mind clears, something powerful emerges, a force capable of reshaping reality from the inside out. This force has always been there, waiting to be activated. It begins with a simple yet transformative shift: gratitude. Gratitude is more than an emotion. It is an alchemical force, a key that unlocks higher states of consciousness. To be grateful is to shift perception, to move from lack to abundance, from resistance to flow. It is not just about appreciating what is already present, but about aligning with the energy of receiving. In gratitude, the mind quiets, the heart opens, and the soul remembers its connection to all things. When gratitude becomes a way of being, even challenges take on new meaning. Instead of seeing obstacles, one begins to see lessons. Instead of focusing on what is missing, one recognizes what is already here. This shift transforms energy flow, dissolving disharmony and attracting experiences that reflect inner fulfillment. Gratitude is not passive. It is a creative act, a declaration to the universe that says, "I am ready to receive more." But gratitude is not just a tool, it is a doorway to something far greater than momentary happiness. When deeply embraced, it leads to a state beyond thought, beyond doubt, beyond seeking. It awakens something ancient within, the stirring of true spiritual growth. And once this awakening begins, there is no turning back. There comes a moment when the illusions of the mind begin to dissolve, when one realizes that life has never been happening to them, but through them. This is the beginning of spiritual awakening, the recognition that consciousness is not confined to thought, but extends far beyond it. With awareness, old patterns crumble, mental viruses lose their grip, and transformation begins. Spiritual growth is not about adding something new, it is about removing what was never real. The layers of fear, doubt, and limitation begin to fall away, revealing the vast presence that has always been there. In this space, intuition sharpens, synchronicities multiply, and life takes on a new sense of fluidity. The struggle to control fades, replaced by a deep trust in the unfolding of existence. But awakening is not the end. It is only the beginning. Once the veil is lifted, the question arises, how does one fully embody this new state of being? It is not enough to glimpse the truth. One must live it. And that journey requires stepping into the present moment, completely and without hesitation. The present moment is the only doorway to true transformation. Not the past, which is but a memory, not the future, which is yet to be shaped. Only here, now, does life unfold in its purest form. To step into presence is to break free from the mind's illusions, to no longer be a prisoner of restless thought, but a witness to the infinite unfolding of reality. When one embraces presence, the weight of negativity begins to dissolve. Awareness sharpens, energy flows without resistance, and the struggle of becoming is replaced by the simple, profound act of being. Fulfillment is no longer something to chase. It is something to recognize, something that was never missing in the first place. In presence, life ceases to be a problem to solve and becomes an experience to be lived. This is the essence of true liberation. To no longer be bound by past regrets or future anxieties, but to rest in the awareness of what is. In this space, clarity arises naturally, decisions flow effortlessly, and life aligns with a deep sense of purpose. Presence is not something to attain. It is something to return to again and again until it becomes the foundation upon which life is built. Now that you understand what lies beyond thought, the real question is, will you apply it? Will you step out of the endless cycle of overthinking and embrace presence? The power is in your hands. Start today. Observe your thoughts without getting lost in them. And tell me, what part of this message resonated with you the most? Comment below. I want to hear your experience. If this opened your mind, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're only scratching the surface of what's possible. You've spent your whole life searching for happiness, purpose, fulfillment. But what if the very act of seeking is what keeps it out of reach? The less you chase, the more life reveals itself. In the next video, we'll uncover why true abundance, peace, and freedom are already within you if you dare to stop searching.